Have you ever been insulted, belittled, or treated unfairly, and for a moment, every instinct inside you screamed to respond? That fiery urge to defend yourself, to make the other person feel the sting of your words, is natural. But what if I told you that the strongest response doesn't come from speaking or reacting? What if the real power lies in staying silent, in holding your peace even when every part of you wants to lash out? Today, as you listen to this, you are going to discover a truth that most people never understand. Silence after disrespect is one of the most powerful tools you can possess. And if you stay with this video until the end, you will learn not just why it works, but how it can change your life, your mindset, and the way people perceive you forever. When someone disrespects you, your first reaction is often emotional. Your heart beats faster, your blood boils, and your mind races with words you want to throw at them. That's the human side of us, the part that reacts instinctively. But the people who truly grow in life, the ones who achieve inner peace, wealth, and respect, are often those who pause. They stay silent. They understand that reacting immediately can be a trap. Every word you speak in anger or frustration gives energy to the other person. It makes them feel powerful while you deplete your own strength. The moment of silence, however, is a moment of control. It is a moment where you reclaim your power. Silence is often misunderstood. Many think staying quiet means weakness, submission, or fear, but in reality, it requires immense courage to remain calm when someone is deliberately trying to provoke you. It requires a strong mind to tell yourself, "I will not let this control me. I will not give them the satisfaction of my reaction." Choosing silence is a declaration that your peace and dignity are more valuable than a momentary victory in a pointless argument. It's a quiet way of saying, without words, that you are bigger than this situation, bigger than their disrespect. Think about it. Every time you react impulsively, you risk saying things you don't mean. You risk creating a memory or a moment that you might later regret. But when you stay silent, you give yourself the gift of clarity. You allow your mind to separate emotions from logic, instinct from wisdom. You give yourself space to think, to process, and to act in a way that truly serves you, not in a way that satisfies temporary ego. People who master this skill are not just avoiding conflict. They are building a fortress around their mental and emotional energy, ensuring that nothing external can weaken their inner foundation. Silence after disrespect is also a mirror of self-respect. When someone insults you, their words are often a reflection of who they are, not who you are. Responding hastily gives them the illusion that they have power over you. Staying quiet, however, demonstrates that your sense of self is independent. You do not require validation from others. You do not need to defend your worth because you already know it. This awareness, this unshakable confidence is magnetic. People notice it, even if they don't understand it. They sense that you are untouchable, not because of physical strength or loud words, but because of a calm, grounded power that does not bend to the whims of disrespect. Here's the real secret. Every time you choose silence, you are practicing restraint, a skill few truly master. Life is filled with people who will try to push your buttons, test your patience, and provoke a reaction. Most people fall into the trap. They react, argue, and get dragged into unnecessary conflict. But those who learn the art of staying silent, they rise above. They preserve their energy for battles that truly matter. They conserve their mental clarity for decisions that shape their future. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is strategy. Silence is strength. As you begin to understand this, you will realize that silence is a form of self-love. You are protecting yourself from negativity, from wasted energy, from the trap of letting someone else dictate your emotional state. You are choosing peace over chaos. You are choosing growth over retaliation. And here is the most powerful part. People who stay silent after disrespect are often misunderstood. Others might think they are passive, weak, or indifferent. But inside, these individuals are cultivating one of the rarest qualities in the world, true inner strength, the kind that cannot be shaken, challenged, or broken by anyone's words or actions. So, as you continue watching this video, prepare to see silence not as absence, but as power. Prepare to understand why those who hold their peace in the face of disrespect often command more respect than those who speak first. And most importantly, stay with me until the end, because by the time this video concludes, you will know how to transform every moment of disrespect into a stepping stone toward your own personal strength, confidence, and peace of mind. Remember, the person who stays silent after being disrespected is not weak. They are strategic, they are strong, they are in control. And by embracing this principle, you too can unlock a hidden power within yourself that no words, no insults, and no negativity can ever take away. Silence after disrespect is more than a pause, it is a shield. It protects your energy, your peace, and your clarity. When someone attacks you with harsh words, criticism, or mockery, it is easy to get pulled into a battle that has no winners. Most people instinctively react, giving their time, energy, and emotions to someone who does not deserve them. But those who stay silent understand that their mental and emotional strength is a treasure, and no one else has the right to deplete it. Every reaction you give to disrespect is energy spent. Every word spoken in anger is energy lost. Choosing silence is the act of guarding your life force, of refusing to let someone else dictate your state of mind. Think about this. Every time you respond to disrespect, you are reacting to someone else's choice, someone else's behavior. You are letting them set the tone of your day, your mood, even your self-worth. Silence flips this dynamic. When you remain quiet, you take control. You decide what matters, what deserves your attention, and what does not. You refuse to hand over your power to someone who is acting from ignorance, insecurity, or cruelty. Silence becomes your armor, not your prison. It allows you to remain composed, dignified, and untouchable, no matter the chaos around you. There is also an unseen strength in observing. When you stay silent, you give yourself the chance to truly understand the person who disrespected you. You notice their patterns, their motives, their weaknesses. You see that their words are often a reflection of their own pain, frustration, or limitations. This understanding is a gift, because it frees you from taking things personally. You realize that their disrespect is about them, not you. And when you internalize this truth, you stop being a victim of circumstances. You stop being controlled by the opinions and actions of others. You reclaim your freedom, your clarity, and your sense of self. Silence also allows you to act strategically. It creates space between instinct and action, giving your mind the time to process, reflect, and respond in a way that actually serves you. Often, when we react immediately, we choose actions that satisfy anger, not wisdom. When we pause, when we hold our words, we give ourselves the chance to choose responses that align with our values, our goals, and our long-term well-being. The people who master this skill are not passive, they are deliberate. They are intentional. They are in control of their lives, their emotions, and their destiny. Ultimately, staying silent after disrespect is an act of self-respect. It tells the world, without a single word, that you are not defined by anyone else's treatment of you. It declares that your peace, your dignity, and your mind are more valuable than any fleeting victory in a battle of words. It is a quiet power that cannot be measured, but it is always felt. People who stay silent command respect, even from those who try to provoke them, because their strength is visible in their calm. Silence is not submission. Silence is protection, observation, strategy, and strength. It is the first step toward turning disrespect into an opportunity for growth, mastery, and inner power. By choosing silence, you are choosing yourself, your peace, and your future. Mastering your emotions is one of the greatest strengths a person can develop. Every time someone disrespects you, your emotions demand a reaction. Anger rises, pride flares, and the urge to respond can feel overwhelming. Most people surrender to these impulses, and in doing so, they hand over control of their mind and actions to the very person who disrespected them. But see who stays silent, understand that real power lies not in speaking first, but in controlling themselves. Emotional mastery is the hidden force behind silence. It is what separates the weak from the strong, the reactive from the wise, and the ordinary from the exceptional. Emotional control does not mean suppressing your feelings. It means acknowledging them without letting them dictate your actions. When someone insults you, your first instinct might be to strike back with words or actions. But reacting impulsively often leads to regret, embarrassment, or unnecessary conflict. Silence gives you space to process your emotions, to understand why the disrespect affected you, and to respond or not respond in a way that protects your energy and dignity. It is a conscious decision to rise above the immediate chaos, to not be a puppet to someone else's cruelty. Those who master emotional control also gain mental clarity. When you react in anger, your mind narrows and your vision becomes clouded by emotion. You can no longer see the bigger picture, the consequences of your actions, or the truth behind the other person's behavior. Silence, on the other hand, sharpens your perception. It allows you to analyze the situation, to understand the motives behind the disrespect, and to respond with wisdom rather than impulse. In this way, staying silent is not passive, it is strategic. It is a tool that allows you to act from a place of strength instead of weakness, from logic instead of emotion, and from confidence instead of fear. Moreover, emotional mastery through silence builds self-respect. Every time you choose to remain calm and composed, you reinforce the idea that your worth is not defined by how others treat you. You prove to yourself that no one else can control your inner world. This self-respect becomes a shield, making you less vulnerable to insults, criticism, and manipulation. People who understand this naturally draw respect from others because their calm, measured presence signals strength, confidence, and authority. Silence becomes a silent statement. I control myself. I am not controlled by you. Finally, mastering emotions through silence strengthens resilience. Life will always bring challenges, conflicts, and disrespect. Those who have learned to respond with thoughtfulness rather than reaction develop an inner fortitude that cannot be shaken. They understand that the opinions and actions of others cannot harm their core. They learn to see disrespect as an opportunity to strengthen patience, discipline, and mental toughness. Every moment of restraint builds character. Every act of silence reinforces inner power. And every calm response cultivates a life of dignity and control. By staying silent in the face of disrespect, you are not hiding, avoiding, or conceding. You are practicing the art of emotional mastery, a skill that few truly understand, but that can change the course of your life. It is through this mastery that silence transforms far mere quiet into a source of unstoppable inner strength. Respecting yourself is the foundation of staying silent after disrespect. When someone insults you, it is easy to forget who you are and let their words shake your sense of worth. But people who remain calm and composed understand that true respect begins within. They know that reacting to disrespect often signals that their value depends on the opinions of others. Choosing silence, on the other hand, shows that your sense of self is unshakable. It is a quiet declaration that no one else has the authority to define your worth. Self-respect is not about pride or arrogance. It is about understanding that your peace, dignity, and mental energy are priceless. When you respond to every insult, you give away pieces of that value. You let the negativity of others seep into your life and disturb your inner balance. Silence preserves your energy and reinforces your self-respect. It says that you are too strong, too aware, and too confident to allow someone else's disrespect to dictate your emotions or actions. Every act of silence after disrespect is an investment in yourself. It is a choice to prioritize growth over conflict, clarity over chaos, and strength over temporary satisfaction. Those who master this skill develop a sense of inner authority. They no longer seek approval or validation from others because they understand that their worth is inherent. This confidence becomes visible, even to those who do not understand it. People begin to sense that you are untouchable not because of loud words or forceful behavior, but because of the quiet strength you carry. When you respect yourself enough to stay silent, you also send a subtle message to others. You teach them that their attempts to provoke or demean you are futile. Silence communicates power in a way words never can. It demonstrates that your mind is controlled, your emotions are balanced, and your values are unshakable. Others may not immediately understand it, but over time, they recognize that your calm is not weakness, it is authority. Silence becomes a magnet for respect, influence, and admiration, even from those who once tried to disrespect you. Self-respect also guides you to choose your battles wisely. Not every insult or slight deserves a response. By staying silent, you conserve your energy for the moments that truly matter, situations that require action, decisions that shape your future, and relationships that add value to your life. This selective response is a sign of maturity and wisdom. It reflects a person who understands that their life is far too valuable to waste on fleeting conflicts or meaningless arguments. Ultimately, respecting yourself through silence transforms how you experience the world. It protects your mind from unnecessary pain, shields your emotions from volatility, and strengthens your character in ways that words alone cannot. The act of remaining calm in the face of disrespect is not just a defense mechanism. It is a declaration that you are complete, whole, and unshakable from within. By cultivating self-respect and choosing silence, you rise above the chaos, preserve your inner peace, and create a life where your power is undeniable. Every moment you resist the urge to react is a moment you solidify your strength, your confidence, and your sense of worth. In that silence, you are not passive. You are powerful. Walking away is one of the most powerful choices you can make when faced with disrespect. Many people think staying silent means enduring, tolerating, or hiding from conflict, but silence can also mean stepping back, removing yourself from the situation entirely, and protecting your mind and heart. Walking away is not weakness, it is courage. It is the ability to prioritize your peace over the need to prove a point, to rise above the chaos instead of getting dragged into it. When someone disrespects you, they often expect a reaction. They hope your pride will take over, your emotions will dominate, and your energy will feed their sense of control. By walking away, you deny them that satisfaction. You reclaim the power they tried to steal. You send a clear message without saying a word. Your time, your energy, and your peace are far too valuable to be wasted on people who do not deserve them. Walking away is a declaration of self-worth. It is an unspoken way of saying, I will not let your negativity define me. Choosing to walk away also demonstrates clarity. It shows that you understand which battles are worth fighting and which are not. Life is too short to respond to every insult, every petty comment, or every act of disrespect. People who stay silent and remove themselves from toxic situations understand the value of focus. They save their strength for what truly matters, their goals, their growth, and the people who genuinely add value to their lives. This clarity of mind becomes a superpower, allowing them to navigate life with precision and purpose. There is also a quiet dignity in walking away. It communicates more than words ever could. While others may argue, attack, or try to provoke, you maintain your composure. You rise above the noise. This act creates a subtle authority that draws respect and admiration, even from those who once sought to undermine you. People notice calmness, composure, and self-control, even when they do not consciously realize it. Walking away signals that you are in control of yourself, your emotions, and your choices. It is an invisible power that is felt more than it is seen. Walking away teaches you another important truth. You cannot control how others behave, but you can control how you respond. You cannot prevent disrespect, but you can prevent it from affecting your mind, your peace, or your confidence. Every step you take away from negativity is a step toward freedom, growth, and inner strength. It strengthens resilience, sharpens emotional intelligence, and cultivates a mindset that refuses to be manipulated or broken by anyone else's actions. By choosing silence and walking away, you turn disrespect into an opportunity. You transform a potentially harmful situation into a moment of empowerment. You choose yourself over someone else as chaos, peace over argument, and wisdom over impulsive reaction. Every time you walk away, you reinforce your power, your clarity, and your dignity. This is not surrender, it is mastery. It is the ultimate act of self-respect, inner strength, and courage. Silence allows you to observe in ways that words never can. When someone disrespects you, it is easy to react without thinking, to get caught up in the heat of the moment. But those who remain silent gain something far more valuable: clarity. They watch, they listen, and they learn. By staying quiet, you give yourself the chance to truly understand the person who tried to provoke you, to see their motives, their insecurities, and the patterns behind their behavior. Observation becomes a tool, a lens through which you can make smarter choices and protect your energy. Every act of disrespect says more about the person giving it than the one receiving it. Silence gives you the mental space to see this truth clearly. You realize that their words and actions are often a reflection of their own pain, fear, or frustration. By staying calm and observing, you are no longer their target, you are a witness. You detach emotionally from their attempts to provoke you, and in doing so, you maintain control over your inner world. This perspective transforms moments of disrespect from attacks into lessons in human behavior, patience, and strategy. Observation through silence also builds emotional intelligence. When you take the time to watch and understand others, you start noticing patterns that most people miss. You learn how to anticipate behavior, how to navigate conflict without reacting impulsively, and how to protect yourself from manipulation. Emotional intelligence is not just about understanding others, it is about understanding yourself in relation to them. It allows you to respond thoughtfully instead of react emotionally, and it is a skill that transforms every interaction into an opportunity for growth. There is also a subtle power in being the silent observer. People who speak first are often noticed in the moment, but those who remain quiet are noticed for their presence, their calm, and their control. Silence creates a space where your actions, your composure, and your integrity speak louder than words ever could. Others may try to judge or provoke you, but your ability to stay centered commands respect without confrontation. It is an invisible strength that grows quietly yet influences every situation you face. Observation teaches patience as well. Not every disrespectful act requires a reaction. By watching carefully, you learn which situations are worth your time and which are not. You develop the ability to wait, to think, and to act when it truly matters. Patience combined with silence creates a form of power that is rare in the world. A power that cannot be rushed, forced, or taken away. It is cultivated slowly, silently, and intentionally. By choosing to observe, you transform disrespect into insight. You see clearly who people are, what motivates them, and how to protect your own energy. You rise above the chaos, gaining wisdom and strength in moments where others would lose control. Silence becomes your teacher, your shield, and your strategy. Through observation, you learn not just to endure disrespect, but to turn it into understanding, clarity, an unseen power that shapes your life in ways words never could. Silence is not just a shield or a tool for observation. It is a source of inner strength. The longer you practice staying silent after disrespect, the more resilient you become. Every time you resist the urge to react, you are training your mind, your emotions, and your spirit to operate from a place of control rather than chaos. This strength is subtle, but it is undeniable. It grows quietly, like roots beneath the surface, unseen by most, but strong enough to withstand any storm. People who remain silent transform negativity into fuel. Disrespect, insults, and provocation no longer weaken them. Instead, these experiences become opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more focused. Every attempt by someone to upset them is met with calm, measured silence, and in that pause, they reclaim energy that others squander through anger, retaliation, or overreaction. This energy becomes a force for personal growth, allowing them to achieve clarity, focus, and purpose in every area of life. Silence also builds resilience. Life will always present challenges, critics, and people who try to bring you down. Those who react impulsively may feel victorious in the moment, but they are often left emotionally drained. Those who stay silent, however, develop an invisible armor. Each moment of restraint strengthens their mental fortitude, making them less vulnerable to external negativity. Over time, they become untouchable not because they are invincible, but because they have learned that their inner power cannot be stolen or shaken by the opinions of others. Another hidden strength of silence is patience. Those who stay calm and composed understand that life rewards the disciplined, the measured, and the wise. By not reacting impulsively, they position themselves for better opportunities, stronger relationships, and more meaningful victories. Impulsive words may satisfy temporary pride, but silence ensures that actions are purposeful, outcomes are deliberate, and energy is preserved for what truly matters. In this way, silence is not inaction. It is strategy. It allows you to build strength in ways that others cannot see, preparing you for moments when your power must be expressed. Silence also fosters self-mastery. Every moment you choose not to argue, not to respond, and not to feed negativity is a victory over your own impulses. You are proving that your mind is stronger than instinct, your spirit higher than insult, and your life bigger than temporary disrespect. This mastery is magnetic. People unconsciously recognize it. They respect it, even if they do not fully understand it. It is a form of power that does not need to shout, it simply exists, quiet, confident, and unstoppable. Ultimately, staying silent after disrespect transforms what could be moments of weakness into moments of power. Each act of restraint builds your strength, sharpens your focus, and solidifies your inner authority. Silence becomes not only a response, but a lifestyle, a way to navigate the world with dignity, strategy, and calm. Those who embrace it find themselves growing stronger with every challenge, gaining control over their emotions, and rising above situations that would leave others reactive and exhausted. By harnessing the power of silence, you are not avoiding life, you are mastering it. You are not weak, you are strong beyond measure. Every disrespectful word, every provocation, and every attempt to shake you only strengthens the foundation of your inner power. Silence, when practiced intentionally, becomes the greatest force in your life. Silence carries a power that words often cannot match. When someone disrespects you, the instinct to respond can be overwhelming. But those who remain silent understand that the words they choose to speak or choose not to speak can have a far greater impact than any immediate reaction. Silence is not emptiness, it is presence. It conveys confidence, control, and strength in a way that no argument ever could. When you hold your tongue, you create a quiet force that commands attention and earns respect, without needing to prove anything. There is a subtle authority in restraint. People who react immediately may seem bold, but their power is fleeting because it is tied to emotion. Those who stay silent demonstrate mastery over themselves. They show that they are not swayed by provocation, that their inner peace is stronger than any insult, and that they are guided by clarity rather than impulse. This kind of silent strength communicates more than words ever could. Others notice it, they feel it. It creates a presence that is magnetic, commanding respect without effort. Silence also encourages reflection both for you and for the person who tried to disrespect you. When you refrain from reacting, you allow the situation to unfold naturally. You give yourself time to understand the motivations behind the disrespect, the context, and the lessons hidden within it. At the same time, your silence forces the other person to confront their own behavior. People often escalate or overreach when they see you reacting, but when you remain calm and silent, they are left with the discomfort of their own actions. Your quiet power becomes a mirror, showing them that their words cannot shake you. Another strength of silence is that it protects our energy. Words spoken in anger or frustration consume mental clarity and emotional stability. By choosing to remain silent, you conserve your energy for meaningful actions, constructive decisions, and personal growth. You prevent unnecessary conflict from hijacking your focus and keep your mind free to pursue goals that truly matter. This intentional restraint transforms moments of disrespect into opportunities to strengthen your focus, patience, and determination. Silence also builds mystery and respect. People often underestimate the power of the quiet individual. When someone does not respond to provocation, it creates a sense of unpredictability. They cannot read you, control you, or anticipate your reactions. This unpredictability becomes a form of authority. Others begin to recognize that your strength is not loud, visible, or reactive. It is calm, steady, and unwavering. Silence becomes a statement that your presence alone carries power and influence. Ultimately, silence is a tool of empowerment. It is a conscious choice to rise above insult, to preserve peace, and to protect your mind. It transforms disrespect into a lesson in patience, self-control, and resilience. Those who embrace it understand that their strength is measured not by how loudly they react, but by how firmly they hold their ground in quiet dignity. Silence becomes a language of power, a language that communicates strength, wisdom, and unwavering confidence. By choosing silence, you are not passive, you are deliberate. You are not weak, you are strong. Your quiet presence is a force, your restraint a statement, and your calm a reflection of true inner power. In moments of disrespect, silence is more than a response. It is the ultimate demonstration of strength. Silence after disrespect is not just a choice. It is a declaration of who you are and the life you refuse to compromise. It is a way of saying, without uttering a word, that your peace, your dignity, and your power are non-negotiable. Those who have learned the art of remaining silent understand that real strength is quiet, deliberate, and unshakable. It does not need to shout to be heard. It does not need to prove itself to anyone. It simply exists, steady and powerful, and in its presence, others recognize that they are in the company of someone who cannot be controlled, manipulated, or shaken by negativity. every insult, every attempt to provoke, and every act of disrespect becomes an opportunity to exercise self-mastery. By remaining silent, you preserve your energy, protect your mind, and strengthen your emotional resilience. You turn what could be a moment of weakness into a moment of power. Every pause you take, every breath you hold, and every choice to not react is a step toward becoming someone who is grounded, confident, and unmovable in the face of chaos. This is the essence of true strength. It is calm, unwavering, and invisible to those who do not understand it, yet undeniably felt by those who witness it. Choosing silence also allows you to control your life on your terms. Life will always bring people who try to belittle you, manipulate you, or test your patience. Reacting to them gives them the power to shape your emotional state, to influence your decisions, and to steal your peace. When you stay silent, you reclaim that power. You are no longer a participant in their chaos, you are the master of your own mind. This is a gift few recognize, and an advantage even fewer use, but it is a force that can transform every area of your life. In the quiet strength of silence, you also find clarity. You gain insight into human behavior.